What if the fate of two nuclear-armed nations once hung on the shadow of a single poplar tree? On the humid morning of 18th August 1976, inside Korea's demilitarized zone at the dusty crossroads of Panmunjom, a 12-meter tree blocked the direct line of sight between a United Nations checkpoint and a South Korean guard post, creating a blind spot in the world's most volatile border. Captain Arthur Boniface, First Lieutenant Mark Barrett, and a handful of U.S. and ROK soldiers entered the joint security area with nothing more lethal than axes and pruning shears. DMZ rules forbade rifles, planning to trim a few stubborn branches. Suddenly, 30 North Korean guards stormed across the painted line, shouting that the tree had been planted by their great leader and was not to be touched. In a chaotic minute of fists, rifle butts, and axe handles, Boniface and Barrett were beaten to death while their men reeled in shock. Half a world away, the White House Situation Room flickered with satellite maps and worst-case scenarios. Some advisors urged an airstrike on Pyongyang, yet President Gerald Ford and South Korean President Park Chung-hee chose a gamble of steel-nerved symbolism. At dawn, on 21st August, Operation Paul Bunyan rolled forward. 23 combat engineers in flak jackets returned to the tree, flanked by two 8-man security platoons, while overhead Cobra gunships, artillery batteries, and circling B-52 bombers demonstrated raw, immediate power. At exactly 07 WM, the chainsaws screamed. Simultaneously, 12,000 paratroopers went on alert south of the DMZ, carriers repositioned at sea, and nuclear-armed F-111s lurked in the clouds. A silent ultimatum stating, "We will finish this tree, or we will finish you." North Korean troops, stunned by the scale of force, watched without firing a shot. Within 42 minutes, the poplar was reduced to mulch, its stump blasted away with C4 for emphasis. Hours later, in an unprecedented climb-down, Pyongyang radio broadcast a statement of deep regret, the closest thing to an apology it has ever issued, confirming that calibrated brinkmanship had trumped apocalypse. 2 officers lay dead, a tree was gone, and the peninsula remained divided. But a potential Third World War had been averted by the deliberate, theatrical felling of a plant whose branches once hid a corridor to catastrophe.